Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Weaver. I'm here in the Blue and Yellow Kitchen in San Diego, California under stay-at-home orders, and I'm here with Microwave Boy on the camera. Hi Microwave Boy.
Hello Steph.
And Daisy's currently on the floor, but I'm sure she'll be wandering around. And we've gotten a lot of questions about the Blue and Yellow Kitchen. So today's video, I'm not cooking anything. We're gonna tell you the story of the Blue and Yellow Kitchen. So 22 years ago, when we bought our house, the kitchen was all white, and it was fairly hideous.
It looked like a Civil War hospital.
So the floor was sheet vinyl. The walls were shiny, glossy white, which showed every single imperfection. The cabinets were also glossy white, and I don't know if you can see it.
I think we get the picture. I don't even want to see the picture.
And the thing about the cabinets, which was that the hinges are actually designed to be flush on the front, but whoever had built the or redone the kitchen last, the hinges were the wrong hinges, so they were bright brass hinges that were incorrectly mounted on the fronts of the cabinets, which drove us both crazy.
It's a 1920s.
Yeah, I don't know when. The house is 1925. We don't know when the kitchen was, because there ended up being 6 layers of tile on the floor, and sheet vinyl and linoleum and stuff. And every time Microwave Boy would walk into the kitchen, what would you say?
I hate it.
And it's so white.
It's so white, yeah.
It was so white. So what happened was we got the opportunity. Microwave Boy used to have a job where he would travel internationally, and sometimes I would get to go with him, which was really amazing. And so we got to go to Chile, in Santiago, Chile. So let me see. Okay. I want you to see the first picture is they're both outdoor. So the top picture is just this beautiful sort of terracotta building, and then the bottom picture is this bright blue.
Right, it was the Bohemian district in Santiago.
In Santiago. And everywhere we went, everything was painted these incredible colors. And at the time I was also working in the museum field, where we tended to use these really bright, dark colors when we would do, galleries, because we started learning that instead of white walls, art actually looked really incredible on these dark, intensely colored walls.
You also liked the French Provençal.
Right, and I also was obsessed with France. I'd never been there, but the Provençal, the province of France, the province of Provence, I was obsessed with. So we came home and we said, we're going to paint the kitchen, and we're going to do blue and yellow.
And unfortunately, it's the first room we painted in the house.
Yes, so
it
then
makes it a little bit hard to get the rest of the house
then
to
we
match.
had to try to figure out what do we do with the rest of the house. We didn't think any of it through very well. But so what happened was, we took down, so these are handmade cabinets. Someone had made them at some point. And there were how many doors? 29 doors.
Yeah.
I actually forgot. You actually drew.
That actually sounds like a Hitchcock movie.
I know, it does. I forgot that you actually drew a whole
schematic.
Schematic, right?
Well, I had to figure out how many hinges.
We had to figure out how many hinges. Here it is. Oh my God. We can't not show you this.
Yeah, thanks.
This is just very Microwave Boy.
There you go.
Okay, so 29 hinges, 29 doors, lots of hinges. The hinges I think ended up costing like hundreds of dollars, because they were custom hinges we had to order, and they waited forever for them to come in. And so then we started, we had to strip all the doors. So we initially labeled them, but then by the time you strip all the paint off and you're finding places to lay 29 doors to dry, all that went out the window. 6 coats of paint. So it was 2 coats of primer, because they are really...
You created the color.
So it's 2 coats of primer, and then there was a dark blue flat paint, and that I think got 2 coats, and then I created a blue gloss, like a darker blue gloss, because there was only one paint store in San Diego that even had blues, what I was looking for, because they were very hard to get back then. I think they're easier now. And then there's a coat of polyurethane to seal it. So
that was just a weekend, right?
It was I don't know how many weeks, we would work, we're full time, and then at night or on the weekends we'd be flipping doors. And okay, so so that was super fun, not at all. And here's me actually painting, I think, or finishing up,
I
or
can tell
installing.
by your body language you're saying, why am I doing
Oh,
this?
like maybe that's me. That's probably because we had them up, so that was probably me, like with the polyurethane, I think is what this story was. Okay, so then so we've got the cabinets figured out. What are we going to do with these walls? And the walls were very messed up. Like they just had a lot of faults and bubbles and things, and the shiny white paint just showed every single thing. So we found out that there was this we had to trowel it on, but do you remember what it was called? It was
it's a texture paint.
It's a texture paint.
It looks like stucco.
Looks like stucco. It had to be troweled on. So Microwave Boy is stronger than me, so he would trowel a section on, and then I would kind of do the decorative flourishes on it. So everything you see, like we did, that took probably an entire day. And then we had picked out a yellow that we thought we were going to really like, and that took us an entire day because the trowel finish, in retrospect, we should have spray painted it, but we didn't have that. So we hand painted it, and then we realized that we hated it.
Well, the texture sucked in the paint.
And so it was it made it this really mustardy.
It was pea soup.
It was awful, and I just wanted to cry because we'd spent we were so exhausted. So then we went back to the paint store the next day, got a couple quarts of almost like a creamy, like a butter, and then another yellow, and then I had to do an entire sponge situation.
Then you sponge white or something.
Yeah, and white. So there's 3 colors on the walls too.
Yeah. Mission creep.
Yeah. Mission creep is a military term where you start doing one thing and then that makes you realize you need to do 6 other things. Okay, so then we thought, okay, we're getting close to being done. And we had taped off the ceiling where the blue was happening. So you start to peel the paint, and the ceiling comes with it. So then now there's this whole situation that has to happen where he has to scrape and paint the entire. Oops, I'm going the wrong direction. The entire ceiling.
It's like sailing a boat. It's backwards.
Yeah, and. So that was another day when I just wanted to cry, but he was awesome and just went, I'm going to do it, and he went up there and just scraped the heck out of the ceiling.
I would be a young homeowner.
I know, texture painted that because we had to cover up all the flaws on that ceiling. And then, and because I did really love Provence, I was able to find some French fabric, and so the original set of curtains and we've gone through probably 3 or 4 sets of curtains.
Yeah.
Since then, because they get faded, and the current set is my niece bought, I think, in France.
Well, you finally got a chance to go to Provence and buy.
Yeah. So and so what's happened over the years, we also love pottery, and so we've had some amazing trips a lot through his old job, and so we also buy the blue and yellow kind of stuff. So you're going to remind me where all these things are from, because I can't remember. What's this one from?
That's from from Spain.
From
Madrid.
Spain.
The
Okay,
guy
from Madrid.
told us the story and stuff that was hundreds of years old.
Yeah, this incredible store filled with, and so we went in, and Bob, Microwave Boy speaks he speaks a reasonable amount of Spanish. I speak very little Spanish. So this guy was so excited to talk to us, and he was telling us the story of all the different patterns, and I think Microwave Boy was picking up a little bit of it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then this one is from Budapest. So this is our most recent acquisition. This was last year. Can you see it?
You remember that lady? Her English was
non-existent. Yeah. Which was all, why would it be? Because we were in her country. But this is all they're kind of inscribed and then painted, and then we just were like, oh my gosh, this is so incredible. So and then we of course have to get them home. So Microwave Boy's really good at packing delicate things and getting it home. This one is from.
It's from Mexico City.
Mexico City,
Yeah.
on one of his
It-
trips that
yeah.
I did not go with.
Talavera, yeah.
Yeah, the Talavera.
You know, the good thing about this is it's the memory.
Right.
You know, each one you remember who you bought it from, and,
Right.
and like I remember that lady.
I don't. This was one of our very first trips. We went to Santa Barbara,
Yeah.
and we found this Italian pottery store, and this was very pricey. But this was like one of the first kind of special plates that we bought.
Yeah, that one that kind of started it.
Yeah, it kind of started the slight, I don't know if it's an addiction, because we don't buy that many because we don't have that much room, but
It's a little house.
Lisbon,
Yeah.
beautiful.
That was
That was actually at the end of that trip. The Madrid, it was Morocco was for a big birthday of his. So Morocco was the main destination, so Marrakesh, but then we had 2 days in Madrid and 2 days in Lisbon, so that was awesome. And then this was when we finally did get to France. This is not the strict blue and yellow, but this is from the Villeroy and Bosch store, and I just thought it was so exquisite that that's the one that came home from that trip. So usually it's like one plate per trip, and that's our memory. And so what's really lovely about being in this kitchen, we did have a skylight put in when we had some work done in 2001, and that's really added a lot of light, and we have a really big window that overlooks the backyard. So even though this is not a kitchen that probably would sell a house today, because people like the pale gray and they like the white and they like the subway tile.
White again, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be back to basically where we started. We love it, and so it's really nice to know that you all love it too, and that you've been asking questions about it. So we wanted to tell you the story of our sweet little blue and yellow kitchen. That we will never, ever, ever repay because it was so much work. So this kitchen will probably look like this until we sell this house, and then someone else will do something completely different with it. So we love it.
There's a lot of you here.
A lot of both of us. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Stay well. Bye.